As we heard in the news, that 8 people living in one part of the Medway towns will today be asked for their views on whether there should be an airport in the Thames Estuary. The MP for Rochester and Strood, Mark Reckless, has helped organise a ballot of people on the Hoo Peninsula.
It comes after Medway Council dismissed calls by some business leaders in the area for a referendum on the issue. The council said it would cost too much money to carry out a referendum. Well, Mark Reckless is on the line and he joins us now this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
How many homes will be balloted then, and where will the ballots be taking place?
Well, what we're hoping to do is we're hoping to get out ballot forms to around 20,000 people on the broader Hoo Peninsula, which will be the area most affected. I think by these Thames Estuary proposals we're hearing from the Mayor of London and others.
And is the ballot to be a simple yes or no question?
Absolutely. I mean, the question is do people want an estuary airport? Yes or no? And that's going to be the ballot form, and then we ask people to give details as well, and then we'll be able to follow up with people as the Davis Commission does its work looking at aviation across the southeast. I should also say, as well as the ballot form that we're delivering across the whole of the Hoo Peninsula, I also have a petition on my website, www.markreckless.com, and we've just put that up last night, and we've had quite a lot of hits coming in already from certainly from across the Medway towns, but also so far from as far away as Golders Green in London.
So why are you doing this? Why are you actually carrying out the referendum?
Well, what we want to do is we want to give people the opportunity to have a say. We have this year the Davis Commission, which has been set up to look at all these options and various ideas, sensible or otherwise, that people have come up with for aviation expansion around the southeast. And any sort of Thames Estuary airport would have a huge effect on people living on the Hoo Peninsula. I'm extremely worried about noise and the deleterious impacts I think it would have on people's quality of life. There's also very strong environmental reasons against it, given the unique bird life and marshlands and estuary landscape that we have, and these are the people who would be most affected by it. So what I've done with the help of my local Conservative Association in Rochester and Strood is raise the money to allow us to get these ballot forms out to people, to fund a free post return. People want to put a stamp on they can, but otherwise we'll pay for that. And I'm really grateful to members and supporters locally who've helped us raise the money to do this initiative at no cost to the taxpayer.
But the issue of is just not going away, is it, of an airport in the estuary? Should people be worried, even though it is promising lots of jobs?
Well, you say it's not going away, but what I hope we can do is use this Davis Commission, and which is going to look at all the evidence. What I hope to do is to be able to use that opportunity to kill off the idea of an estuary airport once and for all. I mean, one, we've got the environmental reasons I was discussing, but also just the cost of building a new airport. And we've had estimates of over £80 billion. It would add perhaps sort of 50 quid to every plane ticket, and the cost of expanding existing capacity as needed compared to building a new airport, let alone closing down Heathrow and compensating all the people there. It's just not a sensible option economically.
But the counter-argument is it will create masses of new jobs. Should people be persuaded by that, Mark?
Well, if you look at the evidence of Heathrow, it could be perhaps 100,000 jobs, looking at the indirect ones as well. Many of those are sort of low-skilled jobs. But if you look at the total unemployment we have across the Medway towns, even beyond, you'd be talking about sort of 10 times the number of jobs that we need in the area, looking at the number of people who are out there sort of searching for jobs. And you'd have to build probably the equivalent of at least half the Medway towns again on every bit of spare land that's left on the Hoo Peninsula once you've built that airport. It would also, I think, bring real economic hardship to West London if Heathrow had to close. And just as government sort of social engineering, the cost, the impact, the dislocation it would cause would be absolutely enormous, and I just don't think it's what people want in this area, and I don't think it's a sensible thing for the economy nationally either.
So if you carry out the ballot, when can we expect a result of a ballot?
Well, we haven't set an exact sort of deadline as yet. Well, I hope to have this at least a few dozen volunteers this weekend. If anyone else wants to help, please call my office on 01634 409 917. Any volunteers we're trying to use as well as we can to get these ballot forms delivered across as much of the peninsula as we're able, as quickly as we're able, and then we'll give people the opportunity to send those back, and as well as that ballot and the numbers who do that, we've also got the petition running I described on my website, and once we know more clearly what the Davis Commission wants to do in terms of public engagement, I hope to also work to encourage people to make the case as well as they can in sort of individual submissions to the Davis Commission, and put those arguments and hopefully get this ruled out once and for all.
Well, we'll be watching with interest how you get along with the ballot. But thank you very much for joining us this morning. That's Mark Reckless, the Rochester and Strood MP.